And it looks like we are live. What's going on, everybody? Swagged out, swagged out. Nika,
Hey
Glam
guys.
Fine, Essential
Hello.
No. But, hey, listen. First things first. Cordell is driving. He should not be paying this much attention to us, but that's the love of the game in it for us. Um,
Love of the
so
game, baby. Love of the game.
Love of the game, absolutely. Hey, we had a little bit of technical things going on in the background, but we ensured that this live is better because we addressed those things. So, with that said, man, I was just freestyle off the top of the head. It sounded like broadcaster stuff, but check this out. Here's the important thing. Why are we all here today? Well, Glamcation 2024 has just come to an end on Monday morning officially, I would say, when I left Las Vegas. That was the third installment of Glamcation. It's started very much just a core frag head get together event that has little by little evolved into a still a frag head overall event to get together, smell some stuff, talk about some fragrances. But at the same time, it has slowly found itself in that commerce area where we do invite different respected frag houses, and it's not just the biggest names; it's the names that we respect, that we enjoy, that we actually want to get out there. And some events, it's just to smell the new fragrances, which we get an opportunity to. But at the same time, we get to promote those brands who we feel definitely deserve that and are being overlooked for whatever silly reason. So, Glamcation serves a plethora of services, but one of the great things you get is if you show up to the event and you buy your tickets on time, you get to walk away with one of these super fashionable bags. And inside of these bags, we have a load of samples. And the samples we'll find in here are going to be all of the houses that partook of the event. So any house that was there that had a table will have some samples in here, as well as other brands that are just supportive of the event and want to give us some additional swag for the event. And at the same time, let people know about some of their newer fragrances. So this is a bag full of samples that we'll dive into in a moment. But before we do that, we do want to check in with Sarah over here. Glam finds the creator, the brainchild behind Glamcation as a whole. I remember she had initially said at one point, "Hey, we all talk to each other on these platforms, and we don't know anybody. How about we all get together?" And that simple idea turned into what we're now talking about as a whole. So if you can just walk us through that idea all the way to this conversation right now, and please skip all the small details and the arguments in between.
Yeah, so the first year we'd been doing like I think it was 2022. So I planned it, I believe, in 2021. And we'd been like just getting through the COVID era and like we could finally get on planes again. And I think all of us were doing Instagram lives at least once a week. So we all kind of knew each other really well. And it was one of those things where I'm like, as you all know already, I didn't want to be in my 30s and have all these online friends. And it's weird, right? Like, why not meet people in person instead of just having internet friends? Like, I'm not a gamer and I never wanted that lifestyle for myself. So I was like, okay, let's all meet. But also, I had just kind of started really loving indie fragrances. So I was like, oh, it would be really cool if we can do an indie event. Now, I didn't necessarily know that I was going to have a lot of interest from indie brands. But I guess that thought like never necessarily crossed my mind either because I knew at the time Niles from City Rhythm, and I was like, I mean, I'm still really close to Tammy, so I called Tammy. I was like, hey, is this a crazy idea? She's like, no, do it. And then I was like, okay, and I think I called Niles that same day. I was like, hey, how would you feel if I did this? And he's like, I would immediately buy your first vendor booth. And I was like, let's do it. So we did it, and the first year there was a much higher turnout than I expected, and I do credit most of that to people just wanting to leave their homes because, again, COVID had just passed, and here we are 3 years in. This one was bigger and better than the last two, and every year, as Rico mentioned, I do say that I'm not going to do it again the next year, and
Mhm.
here we are planning 2025. So
Awesome. And I do want to say that the turnout is still good. COVID has officially been called a fake news thing. No, I'm lying. If you believe in it, you believe. I'm joking. But we are no longer tied down. Hey, yo, somebody will go crazy, but no, it's not. It's fine. Whatever you believe is true. What I'm saying is that we are allowed to leave the houses now. We're no longer stuck in it. We have options of where we want to go, and even within this fragcom space, there's a lot of options. In 1 year, there's so many events, local, international, and everything in between. So the fact that we're still getting traction and people are still enjoying it, and it's not just the people, it's not just the people who show up to enjoy the event, but it's also the vendors. It's also, you know, even us who deal with some of the headaches leading up to the event. At the end of everything, it's like, man, it all came together and it was amazing. And with a lot of that, I know that 2 years already, Josh. You've been coming now. You weren't there initially, but you fell right into the bigger motion of what's going on. So after coming the first time, and we definitely had a good time. So I know that that's not the question. But on a larger scale, I would say what brought you back the third year?
Yeah, I think it's just the biggest thing for me was like the connection. I get on lives with you, and then I've been on lives with when Sarah was, having doing lives with Tammy, and I've been on some lives with Tammy, and it's just like I think exactly what Sarah said. Like, it's cool to actually engage, physically, like person to person. So I think that was the biggest thing, and when we do it online, we're always strapped for time, right? We always have to fit it within this time period. If you're on IG, or you can go a bit longer on YouTube, but really, like, you don't get to talk about everything you want to talk about or learn about everything that everyone else is, into. And so I think the biggest thing was like expanding the things I had access to or whatever. So that was one of the big one, and engaging with the community. Um, and then I love the fact, because I'm a big advocate of indie as well. I
Yeah,
just think that they're much more creative. They're not hindered by some of the stuff that maybe bigger companies are. So they're able to tap into that creativity, and I really like that.
absolutely. And no matter how much we jump on these online, these lives, these videos, you can never just hand somebody what you're smelling through the camera. It's this ease of look at what I have, and we all come through with a bunch of decants. Because if you
Yeah,
think that that kindergarten feel of show and tell and wanting to outdo what everybody has in their pocket dies after an adult, you are so wrong. Everybody trying to, Rare Finds is coming with only discontinued fragrances just to put everyone to shame. So that thing of just bringing and smelling stuff that you can't in any other occasion is one of those dope moments as well. So I absolutely agree. And also we go to somebody like myself, Sarah, who've been there since day one. Josh came in the second day. Uh, Cordell actually just showed up this year. Very enthusiastic about moving forward. Oh, that's where the sound came from. Hold up. Hold up. I'm hearing it.
he
Is
might
it
I'll
have.
be right
because you
back.
guys have two mics next to each other?
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me see something. All right, my mic is off now. So it's not that. That's gonna bug me a little bit.
Is that Nika's?
You know what? We're gonna turn mics off completely at this end. There's no more mics here. We're unplugged. It's happening somewhere else. Okay, we're gonna do something real quick. We're gonna invite May real quick, and while that happens, hopefully,
Hi everyone.
all right.
Hey,
There's
I
a
I'm out for shopping. Just came to say hi and say how great the event was.
Man, the event was great. I am loving that you jumped on. This audio is killing me. Hey, can everybody just mute their mics real quick? All right. All right. Whoever the last person to mute was it. That's for sure. All right. Sarah, unmute.
Hello.
Okay, we're going good. Josh, unmute.
There you go.
All right. Cordell, unmute. That's that. There's the audio. There it is. There it is. All right. So here's what we will do. Until Cordell has the speaking part, we'll just ask him to mute it so that there will be some. But in the meanwhile,
Yeah, I'm almost home. So yeah, as soon as I get home, I'll turn it back on.
all right. Sounds good. Sounds good, brother. All right. All right, so Cordell is muted. We found the inconsistency in the audio. We are back like we didn't miss anything. But on the same note, I was gonna ask Cordell the same question, but when he gets in, we'll address that. But as I look to my right, Miss Nika, other than me, what brings you back to Glamcation?
The smell, to
The-
find new fragrances. Yeah, last year was really, really good. Because I remember me and Pat meeting for the very first time, and you guys think we seen one another all the time, even though we would do live together. But actually, in person is a whole different vibe. But I think the greetings that we got from everyone, it was very, very welcoming. Sarah, Josh, Marcy, May, everybody was, I mean, you would think we all knew one another.
I was super welcoming.
Yes, you are. Anyway, everybody was really, really nice.
Yeah, that was the last year we left Rico on the welcome committee, actually. So
Yes, please.
No more greedy people at the door.
And it was so nice. Everybody was like, I mean, awesome. Nobody treated you like if you were an outsider. Everybody was
no,
really,
but it didn't feel like anybody's an outsider. You know what I mean? Like even the
no,
first year, like it was like we'd all known each other forever,
for so
right?
long. Yeah.
And you know, well, oddly enough, and this is one of those connections that I really think are dope, and May's the perfect example of it. When May came to Glamcation, her initial role there was to represent Tomovici. Like she wasn't even really coming as a frag head per se to enjoy the event. She came for business. Like that was her role. And I feel like, I don't know, 30 minutes into the business, she was already like taking pictures, recording. She, she was there for the glamcation of it all. So tell us about that, May. And if you are muted, you can unmute now. I think you were.
Thanks, Rico. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. That is the feeling that I got. So I had no idea what glamcation is. And I just talked to Luai, and he was not able to represent last year. So I was like, I'm going to represent you. And the moment, like, everyone was so helpful. Rico was very helpful as well. Sarah, everyone. Marcy was there. Tammy was there last year. So I felt like at home. And this year, although it wasn't in LA and I had to travel, I was like, I have to go, I have to see everyone. And I had a great time. And I met with a lot of wonderful people. I found a lot of wonderful perfume houses. So definitely a great experience for me that I want to do that uh, year after year from now
Yes.
on.
Keep
So
coming. Keep coming, please. We will take it. We will take you and all the Tomovici bottles that come because there's a lot of good ones coming up. Man, there's some heat coming. Listen, this is not a live strictly about Tomovici, but I will say this. If you know, oh my God, Tomovici has some heat coming out very soon. And what I can speak truth to is Tomovici for sure, because I know this because we spoke about this with the owner. It's coming out with some heat in the next couple of months. It starts right around the corner. And Giuseppe as well by December is going to be unloading a whole bunch of new fragrances. But here's the thing: you find these things out early at Glamcation. The vendors are there, the perfumers are there, the staff is there. We're talking, we're conversing, we're just talking as fragrance enthusiasts, and next thing you know, a brand owner comes out and says, "Hey, check out some new stuff," and we're like, "Dope, let's talk about it." That's the, and that's apart from all the smelling new fragrances at tables, buying stuff, and then check, just hanging out with the entire crew of frag heads. And if you think you can talk about fragrance for hours with somebody, get in a room full of us and see. How, it's gonna be some talking.
Absolutely. I just can't wait for new Tomovici and for Josette. I did order a tart and I can't wait to try it. And so right now I'm going to this barbecue place and I was like doing shopping on Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to say bye. It was great seeing you guys.
Good.
And I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Bye, May.
Damn, that was dope. So that one more happy customer slash, background helper, vendor booth support, just a little bit of everything. You can definitely wear multiple hats at Glamcation, because as much as I, try to help Sarah with as much stuff behind the scenes, I'm also holding down the set table, and I'm going around table to table, smelling stuff, creating content while I'm there. Like, there's a lot of opportunity to wear all those hats and still enjoy every aspect of it. And with that, what ultimately at this point, couple of years now, what is your favorite? And I open up to everybody now. Like, what is your favorite aspect of return to Glamcation? Like, what's the part that makes you think, as soon as we shut everything down, and you're like, all right, next year, what are we gonna do? What makes you want to come back and do something again?
For me, it's the people. Because to be honest, like, I know, Rico, you're good at going around getting content, but like, I totally space out, man. I'm like, I barely took any pictures of any bottles. I barely got any of that. Like, I just hung out, learned about a lot of great fragrances, smelled a lot of good stuff, and I forget about that whole reviewer deal. So
I'm the same way, by the way. That was a very learned skill after the third year. Because trust me, I remember thinking to myself, year one, we're gonna be among other reviewers, among enthusiasts, and all these brands. There will be so much content made. I remember getting home and saying, I think I took a picture. I may have taken one or two pictures.
yeah,
There was nothing, and I was like, all right, year two, it's not gonna happen. And the same thing pretty much happened. And this year, I was able to say, all right, time out. Let me go to the tables. Let me interact a little more with the camera out, specifically to get some of those memories, some of that content built up. But it was definitely learned. Next year, you'll be way better at it. Trust me, because you know what's supposed to happen, so you know how to dodge that.
I think what happened too is that a lot of time you're so in the moment meeting somebody who we both let's say I'm subscribed to you and it's like I'm meeting you for the first time. I'll be like, oh my God, you don't have time for take out a picture, take your phone out and like, oh, take a picture. Sometimes you do remember that and do that, but for the most part, it's like, oh my God, have you smelled this? And you just gone to talking about all the new smells that you got, or you should try this one. So everybody's just more, I think, excited to see one another and actually meet one another in person.
Yeah, like Sarah, when Sarah met me, and she was like, "Oh," she was like taking pictures, asking for autographs. Like, you have to manage that, but she got over it eventually. I think
Yeah, I got
after the
over
third
it real
year.
quick.
So, before the mic issue, the question I was gonna ask was, and it's just the contrast between some of the people who have been here, coming back either all 3 years, 2 years returning, looking to come back another year, and then you, Cordell, this was your first year. So,
Yep.
what made you either pique your interest, other than maybe Sarah bugging you about it, but innately, what was the reasons you wanted to come?
Well, Yeah, Sarah talked to me about it, and I hadn't heard anything about it at all. But I saw things on Instagram, and it definitely looked interesting. I've been a fragrance collector for many, many years, and we know as frag heads, your nose develops. You start trying different things, different houses, and one of the things that really started to appeal to me were indie houses. So, I have a major love for Argos, major love for Tomavici, and I know that those are, luxury indie houses. And so my nose just started to gravitate towards more of the creativity side of fragrances. And so when Sarah mentioned Glamcation and what it was all about, I was like, oh man, I am there, because I wanted to experience some of these houses that I had never experienced before. And I mean, I think outside of City Rhythm and Tomavici, and of course Giuseppe, I didn't know any of the other houses. So that's where the appeal was for me. It was an opportunity for me to get around, people that shared the same love for fragrances as I did, and so it was a no-brainer. I think I was the first one when Sarah put the tickets on. I was the first one to get my ticket. I was like, oh yeah, I'm there.
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what you brought a good point. You knew some of the houses before you got there, but there were obviously some you didn't know. And just to break up the pattern real quick, and I'll start with you, Cordell. Then we'll just go around from. I'll say the order in a moment. But from the houses you didn't know, what is there any fragrance or house, either specifically one fragrance or an entire house that you were not familiar with before the event, that at this point you're like, that's a dope fragrance that I either need to buy, I already bought, or this house I need to get to know a lot better?
There were a couple.
Okay.
I had a budget in mind of what I was going to spend, and I exceeded that budget by quite a
Right, right,
bit.
right, 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 right.
And
Right.
that's okay. I think that that's all part of it. For me, I think the first house that wowed me was Elysian. I had saw some of their presence on Facebook, but never really paid that much attention. And when I got there, I started smelling the fragrances, and I was wowed immediately. And so that was definitely a house. Of course, One Way Bridge, like Elise is so amazing. She's probably
Predictable.
the most creative brand that I have seen in a very long time. I love what she
Absolutely.
does with fragrances. Of course, she's using different ingredients because she's from New Zealand. So it's just the creativity of her brand. And then the one that really kind of shocked me was Get Right. I ended up picking up all of their fragrances
Wow.
because I loved I love their fragrances. They were very, um, I guess their name is Clean Team or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's what I get from their fragrances. Very clean type of scents, like no, um, no fluff, no pomp and circumstance. Just very clean, fresh, everyday kind of wear scents. And I didn't really have a whole lot of those in my fragrance collection. And so when I started smelling them, I was like, man, these are incredible. So those three, Elysian, um, One Way,
One
and
Way
Get
Bridge.
Right.
Get right. Yeah, those are three great options, by the way. And get right with that clean team. I think super slept on,
Yes,
especially at the price point, very affordable. I think
yes,
people, because they don't see the pop from bigger names, they assume
right.
that it might not be that good. The bottles aren't very extravagant, so they go off of that. But like I say, that red, the cherry one,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
um,
oh
Purple.
yeah,
the purple label,
oh
black
yeah,
label,
oh yeah.
but just they're buzzing. They're buzzing. They got,
Yes,
and that's just a great house to look into, because they're definitely gonna be around for a while. And
yeah,
I had a thing for One Way Bridge already in my head, but they're another one that definitely they left a mark at the event, without a doubt.
He absolutely
absolutely,
did.
absolutely did. Yep.
Yeah. Nika, what is a house or fragrance that really made a mark for you for this particular for Glamcation?
City Rhythm. Even though I know I first was introduced to City Rhythm last year, but I didn't smell anything much. And I remember going around. I was going around to each table to find, and they had Barcelona,
Mm.
and it was so interesting because I was like, okay. He was like, spray this. I was like, wine. I don't want to smell like wine. But then, like in a couple seconds later, it gets chocolatey. Then it get like a little earthy. I was like, hold on. Okay, this is interesting. He was like, okay, you're not sure. Go with this little sample and play with it and see with. That's an amazing fragrance. Oh my gosh, Barcelona is
Yeah.
very very unique and different. One of a kind. That sparkling wine, sweet, chocolately. I'm with that.
I'm wearing it
Then
now.
Yeah,
uh,
he got that. He
oh
got it
yeah.
on right now.
I'm wearing it right.
I wore it yesterday. Actually, I gotta put up my video. I wore it yesterday, and oh my god, it was really really good. I
Yeah,
was like, damn. Then One Way Bridge. Elise is the sweetest soul I swear to God I ever came across. You it's like you know there's sweet and innocent and good people. It's like you look at her and you see that, and when she talks to you and you talk and you interact and talk in fragrance, oh my gosh, she's a very sweet soul. And I'm really glad that I met her and her fragrances. One of her fragrance that got me is She Kiwi Honey. Oh my god. That
Mm.
is very, very different. And I am so in love with that fragrance. And it represents exactly who she is, I think. Then I know I saw Elysian.
Elysian, yep.
Yeah, last year, because Doc had give us like a sample going around, and that's how I know about that house last year. But the new house that I didn't know about was get right, clean team,
Clinton.
that, and that purple one. I think you got a purple one, right, Sarah?
Yeah.
Because it was a battle between the cherry and the purple. Then the cherry was so good, but then I think that the purple to me is better. But yes, that was another one. But I know Nazar, he got some popping one. Josette, of course.
Of course.
Of course. And the other houses were amazing. But yeah, those are the ones that stood out to me.
That's awesome. Okay, so Sarah was next. She dropped off. Maybe she's having some technical difficulties, but she jumping on. But while she's jumping on, Josh, same thing. Any house that stood out, or any particular fragrance that stood out?
yeah. So I had never, like when I hate. Well, it's not I hate, but I stay away from hype trains. And even though like I love you guys, when you guys start getting me excited about a fragrance, I like try to like break away from it a little bit. And so I never tried Hez.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
first time
Mm.
I tried Hez, and I feel somewhat dumb because I went there and I tried. I tried Bourbon Street and I loved it. It's really good. But then I went to his table and I tried another one, banana banshee,
Not
and
a
that
bad.
didn't work on my skin. But then I tried plum conficture.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude. So he had only one bottle, and he had just I think I just sprayed it. I did the only spray, and I swooped on that, and then I just stopped smelling because I was so into it that I didn't smell anything else. And then Ezra, my son, because it was cool, I got to do it with my son. My son came, and he brought over jungle juice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Oh
so
yeah.
I smelled jungle juice. I'm like, oh, that's good. I gotta. I can't. I'm not gonna buy it today, but I'm gonna buy that. So I just ended up buying it because he has a sale going on right for Labor Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I
Mm-hmm.
just snagged that bottle, but I just told him, I said, you know what, Hez, like I got tunnel vision at your table. I was so in love with plum conficture, I didn't try anything else. And so he's like, it's cool, man. What do you want samples of? You know what I mean? And so like I'm gonna try Blue Dog, which I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to. And 504. Those are a couple he's gonna be sending.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm stoked, but like I was really impressed with just that one fragrance. That was probably that and Elise's release for the event, Queen of Kings. Those are probably my
Yeah,
two favorite of the event. Uh, they're so interesting and different. And I thought plum confection was going to be super sweet and syrupy and dude, it has this really sexy, sophisticated lightness to it. With the tobacco, the blonde tobacco, and I don't know, man, that was great. And then the other highlight would be Terrence. I think wherever Terrence is, he just brings so much energy and joy and love, and he's just a positive person.
absolutely.
It's infectious. So I loved having him back because he's just a good dude all the way around. So those are the kind of two highlights for me.
Awesome. That is well. I mean, you kind of went off screen right before I asked you, but I guess that's the same question I would pose to you, Sarah. Now that the event is all over, was there any fragrance house or particular fragrance of maybe a house that you did have familiarity with already that you walked away with like, man, I either love this one, it took me by surprise, whole house, a line collection or fragrance, either one.
I mean, I'm gonna be like you guys, one way bridge for sure. Like, if anything, her presentation, come on, like that is gorgeous. I don't know if you can really see it that well, but like
Man,
I absolutely dig it. And on top of that, I love this fragrance. This is Date with the Dame. I mean, I think this
Yeah.
one was popular, but the other one, and this is the one that's more surprising, is gonna be Forever Amore because it has chocolate in it and it's kind of like her version of gourmand. Um, it's like chocolate, strawberry, liqueur, and it's something that I wouldn't have thought I would liked, but I absolutely adore this fragrance. Forevermore is such a good fragrance. I mean, if you're gonna try something from her, I honestly think this has to be it. But again, obviously, Date with the Dame is a gorgeous fragrance. I think Nika liked this one as well.
Yes.
But it's so like sophisticated, really classy.
Yes.
I had never tried anything from her, so I didn't know what to expect. But again, like the scent is class. Look at the bottle. Look at like I don't know if you can see like how this
yeah,
glass is right here,
Yeah,
but
the
Yes.
style.
It's so
the
beautiful.
detail is incredible, you know? And you guys know, like all of us say we it's all about the juice, but it's a little bit about the bottle
The
too.
bottle.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, so I was pretty floored by her stuff. I mean, same as you guys as well. Like Elysian, I really liked her stuff too. This is my first time trying her stuff as well. Picked up a couple bottles. I mean, Cordell already knows there's another one I have in my cart right now that I'm going to pick up that I regret not picking up.
Yeah.
Clean Team, I smelled Purple Label, bought it immediately because I was like, I'm nervous that it's going to sell out. So all the new brands, I was pretty floored by. Like, I thought they were so good.
yeah, for sure. Two of the fragrances that really took me by surprise that I was not expecting at all. One is a flanker, and the first one is City Rhythms, the new Manhattan. I believe it's Manhattan Midnight or Midnight Manhattan.
Yeah.
Yo, hey, when you talk
Right?
about a flanker that I'm completely fine with keeping the flanker. I don't need the original, but I have the flanker. And the difference is this: like you use Miami for example. I like the original Miami more.
Yeah. Yep. Me
But
too.
this new Manhattan though, business. They
Yeah.
man,
You
just
ain't lying, bro.
amazing.
You're not lying.
Amazing. That's a one you should have. And if you're a collector, I think you need that in the collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Elysian's the Black Forest Bourbon, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Oh, that is so sexy.
Oh
I meant
man.
to get that one.
Ooh
Hmm.
wee that
Yeah.
hey that
Yes.
Black Forest Bourbon was
Yes.
bumping. That is the one that was like, okay, they came serious for real. Like they're not coming to play. They are for real about it. And I definitely enjoyed that one. From their whole table, that was the one that stand out. So those two are the ones that really like I was not expecting to be floored. And those two, like I will get those for sure.
Yeah. This one right
Oh, you
here.
got it. Nice.
Oh
Did
yeah.
you get it too?
Yeah.
No, I got I mean the other one that I thought was
Oh,
pretty popular
gentleman.
was Gentlemen's Club.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that one was smelling really, really good
Yeah.
in here.
Yep,
Yeah.
got that one too.
Oh, you get that Colonel, did you get an
Oh
entire
yeah.
table?
Man, I almost bought
He
her a
tried
whole
to.
table.
Uh,
He just told you
He
his
tried to.
budgeting went left.
Yeah. Yeah. All of our budgeting went left.
Man, budget was out the door. It just left.
Yeah, at a certain point, you just be like, I'll deal with these numbers when I get home.
Yes, yes, yes.
They get another job. It's no big deal.
Yep, yep.
Um, so, man, just to since there's really realistically no time to go through all these, just an example of like inside of this bag, you have some Tomavici, you have some Hez, we got some City Rhythm. Man, I don't even know what's inside of this bag. Can you open that up? One way bridge in that bag.
The
Teatoros
big one.
Cabotinis over here, who wasn't at the event, but again, like I said, just supporting Sandy Fragrances as well. City Rhythm threw some stuff in there, and they threw the the little pretty booklet with all the information as well. Just a man, a lot more samples probably than I need after smelling that many fragrances. But man, yeah, just a cool little bag. And as soon as I get my last bag, I'll be putting out my little collage of my.
Oh, I forgot. No, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Yeah,
It'll go out on
one of
Tuesday.
these days it'll happen. I've only been asking Sarah since last year, but she'll get around to it.
It's funny because you already you got a bag initially. I don't know what happened to that. That's weird.
All right,
Anyway,
be quiet.
I do think we should mention all the vendors in this bag. Nazar, everyone got a Nazar fragrance. Pink Mahogany, her new one, Drunk Vanilla.
oh
Hey,
my God.
hey,
I need a full bottle of
hey!
that.
Listen, Chevalier is losing her mind. Oh, she put in so much pressure on these perfumers right now. Like, I better do something serious quick, cause
That is so good.
between that release right there and this is, we're not haters at Glamcation, so we can still shout out people. But she also made this release right here for Arshan Persia, this Love and Bastani, and yo, she's killing it right now. She's putting out amazing fragrances. I digress. What else is in the
And
bag?
last year she had Bubble Phase, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that one was
she just
great.
keep dropping bangers. And
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yo,
Who is
just say
this?
her
Because
name
I don't know
more.
who y'all talking about.
That's a Pink Mahogany. So, do you have your bag on you right now?
I can go get it. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah,
You
go
need
get
to
it.
get it.
There you go. You need your bag. It's your homework. This Drunk Vanilla, even I like this. But
Oh
also,
my
I think I
God,
might like
it's
vanilla now.
so
I don't
good.
know.
Yeah,
It's
are you
really good.
switching? Is Rico converting you to like a
Okay,
club
first of
bottle?
all, keep
She's
Rico's name
becoming
out
a
of it.
big kid now. She's maturing.
So, Josh, the truth is, I got COVID like a month and a half ago, and my nose changed. It's a disease. It's I don't know what to do about it. It's fine. But yeah, I do. I'm wearing Hez Parfums brownie points right now, and this morning I wore Justet Accident à la Vanille Madeleine de
It's
Proust. So
changing.
I'm really going hard.
That's crazy.
Okay, what's the name of it? What's the name? What am I looking for?
Drunk
Um,
Vanilla, Drunken Vanilla.
Drunken
in a
Vanilla.
little black bottle.
A
Or is
little
a clear
bit.
one?
It's like it looks like
Yeah,
that.
it's a clear one.
Y'all know I can't see nothing. Let me see. That's juicy.
I would lend you my glasses, but
Oh, drunken vanilla. Okay.
Oh,
Yep. There
you
you
have to
go.
spray it.
I haven't even tried it.
Oh, I can't.
You
Let me see.
you're gonna need to try it.
I know. Let me see what you say.
I've been smelling stuff all day and been spraying all day, so I don't know if I got room anywhere. Hold on.
This is really nice.
It's so good.
Oh man, hold up.
oh man, hold up.
I was like, I need a bottle.
Yo,
Yeah.
put some respect
No, I
on
mean,
that
I
lady's
agree.
name, bro. She killing these.
Okay, who is this?
This is Chevalier
Chevalier?
from Pink Mahogany.
Yes.
Okay,
Pink
that's the
Mahogany.
name of her. That's the name of her
I
company.
really love this. Yeah, Pink Mahogany.
Okay, I'll be looking her up tonight.
Yeah, this is
so good.
incredible.
Okay.
Which,
Oh
by the
my
way,
God.
Pink Mahogany had a table at Glamcation last year, so alumni of the Glamcation crew.
Okay.
Yep, she is. The other one that is in here, but I think most of you guys already tried it. Genre went in Puerto Rico. He sent these out in plenty of time,
This one
so
right
we
here?
got that. Yep, that's the one.
Yep.
That's the one right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gonna spray it? Yeah, just spray everything. There you go.
I can't. I can't spray everything.
So I'm gonna tell you one that surprised the hell out of me actually, was this one by Nose of Gatsby, this Naive.
Oh,
Oh, I haven't even got to that yet.
You know, I haven't smelled that yet. Let me pull my. I haven't had a chance.
Oh man, this right
Yeah.
here
Let's do it.
shocked me. I was just like, what?
Make Josh get up to go get his. Okay, let me go through mine.
Because I know
Still in the
Sarah,
bag.
you had mentioned this house to me, and I was like, okay, let me try his stuff. And I sprayed it on, and I was like,
All right.
yeah,
I
I'm
do
really
like that
digging
opening.
this.
All right, here we go. Gatsby Naive, right?
Mm,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Over here.
That
oh,
opening is very up
mm.
my alley. I feel like it's super fresh green, but you and
Yes.
Farida both already told me that it changes drastically.
Oh, it changes drastically.
Oh, speaking of Farida,
It changes drastically.
Oh, it changes drastically.
Oh,
Frida.
1 second.
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, let me
Changes drastically.
here.
Oh, it changes drastically.
Hi,
hello, Miss. How are
Hi.
you?
Hey.
just joined to say hi, but I had my name. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Hey, girl.
Farida.
Hey, you're wearing yellow.
I am. For you. See?
I know. Anyway, hi, everybody.
Hey there.
Come here.
Yo,
Y'all need that one. I swear that is a blind buy full worthy bottle.
creme brulee.
Did you guys
Creme
try
brulee.
that pear gelato?
Yo,
Ooh, that's good.
yo. Teodoro Calatini's low key had some bangers at the event, and people didn't even know till they got home and
Creme
went
brulee. Okay,
and went
let
through
me
this
try this.
bag. Yo,
Oh my
I didn't
god.
even try it. I didn't even try creme brulee. Hold on.
The pear.
yo,
Okay, this is two I need.
yo,
Oh,
The pear gelato.
yo. Teodoro
Black.
Calatini's got some bangers, and I have some right behind me.
wow.
That velvet chocolate, that vanilla, tobacco maniac, coffee addict. But this creme brulee
Mm,
and pear gelato
there's a
that's
lot.
gonna have to be two more for
You know
sure.
what's crazy though? His stuff is super affordable. Like I would
Super,
actually
I
say
just
it's
said
Yeah.
that
very
today.
budget
It's so
friendly.
Yeah.
affordable. So
It's like
affordable.
100
Mm.
bucks.
It's
Facts.
some of them are less. Like
Less.
I think they're
Yeah.
like closer to $60 for
Like
these
Yeah.
guys right
Like
here.
I think it's like
For a full bottle?
about 80,
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 80 for
Oh wow.
maybe less than 80 for one of these.
it's less than
Wow.
80. Hold on. Actually, let
Less
me.
than 80.
I'm gonna get it.
Does
Hold
he
on.
And I
do
think it's like if you buy 2 or 3 bottles, it's free shipping. So
does
yeah,
he do
it's
does he do this one cherry powder? Because I don't know who this one is.
Yeah, he
yeah, that's
does
him
cherry
too.
powder.
That's
Actually, if you don't
Teodoro.
want to pay for the international shipping, you can actually. Greta is one of the people who carries it in her store.
Who does?
Oh. Oh.
Greta, I don't know, I've forgotten what her site is, but if you go on her page, she carries it. She's one of the people here in America who carry it.
Oh,
So
okay.
Scent Split has these for $55.
Oh, Sunsplit
Wow.
carries them too. There you go.
That's where I got mine.
Okay.
Well,
55.
either that or Lucky Scent. I don't know. I got it for that much though.
Yeah, but they're really affordable,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it always has good deals
Yeah.
on.
So
Patricia,
I,
definitely,
I
yes.
have
Mm.
I have a question. So again, I didn't.
Send it to-
Mhm.
I got tunnel visioned even at City Rhythms table, and I don't know how I forgot to try Puerto Rico.
Man, how did you forget?
How?
That's crazy. That's low
Josh, you really got
disrespect.
tunnel vision the whole time, huh?
I
Yeah.
did. I just
The minute he got off the plane.
I just I just got stuck on the things that I smelled that I loved, and I just didn't move off of that for a while.
Honestly, on the City Rhythm table, once I smelled the new Manhattan, I didn't try the others. I was just stuck on the new Manhattan.
The midnight one, the new one.
Mhm.
Oh,
That one is amazing. I cannot wait to pick up my bottle of that one.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I actually talked to Niles today, and he said mid September is when he's going to do the pre-sale on them.
okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a
That drunk vanilla, I feel like got better because I sprayed it at the event, and I'm like digging it even more today.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm,
that's kind of nice. Drunken vanilla. That's kind of nice.
yeah. We
that's
should
real nice.
we should
That's
be
real,
seeing
real
Wow.
about
nice.
having full bottles of that next year because
Yep.
that's real
This
good.
is good.
Timer.
Yeah.
So that's a fire one. And folks, I would be remiss if I leave here without reminding everybody that Giuseppe Parfum,
Yes.
gourmand craziness. And I like the heavier stuff usually. But I feel like this year specifically, the Madeline de Proust got a lot of love. More
Incredible.
than last year, and last year was like his intro, and I don't feel like it got that much hype. And this year, it seems like people came back to it versus the OG. And Madeline got way more love with that apricot, that peach, and that coconut. That I
It's
guess
so
summer times it
creamy.
up. Yeah, it's vanilla and it's gourmand and
Yeah.
it's delicious.
The
But
Prince.
I guess the point is that no matter if you're into deep gourmands, um, new houses, experimental houses, Middle Eastern style houses, more modern takes on fragrances, more unique takes on fragrance. There's a table
Mm.
that pretty much has something that you're into. Um, I could not think of a genre of fragrance that was not covered at this event specifically. Like there's somebody who did a little bit of everything and covered all the bases. So there was nothing that you can say like, what about this particular area of perfumery? And additionally, if it's not at the tables, we still have fragrance houses that add samples to the bag. So you still walk away with a really big gauge for what fragrances are out there. This happened to me last time. Hold up, think I know how to do this now. I'm gonna take my I'm gonna take myself out.
Farida, did you have any favorites?
Um, well, let's see. I had
Mm.
many favorites, but the new ones, because some of them I discovered them last year. One of my favorites that I'm wearing today was in the sample bag. It has fig, tobacco, rose leaf. It's a new house. I just discovered it. I sprayed the sample today. It's in a black pack. I don't have it near me because I think
Oh,
I finished the sample,
Oh,
but I wore it today. I will say that was my one of the best discoveries.
was
Does
it that
anybody have it? Yes.
naive?
It has, yeah, that one.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
what's the
the
brand
nose.
again? What's the brand?
It's
Nose of
called
Gatsby.
Nose of
nose. Yeah.
Gatsby. Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
that was a good. That was
Yeah.
my best discovery.
Yes.
Also Forevermore. That one was really good. I think everybody should try that fragrance. It's really, really
Absolutely.
good. And then Cadell. Before I even smelled the house, I had already smelled this fragrance off of him. And that was the Opulent Oud by Tomovici.
Oh,
And I
My
love that
That's my
one,
scent of the
but I
day.
ended up getting Ange Noir.
oh,
Yep.
nice.
Yeah. So
That's
this
another
one,
good pick. Yeah.
also
Yeah.
good pick. And then let me go through all the tables. Then Clinton. So I have the old version of the cherry, which I think he said it was more, the ladies were saying it was more masculine. I loved it. My
Mm.
bottle was on empty, so I had saved up to get a reorder. So I got the new one, which I think favors the females. So that was a beautiful one, but I really loved the purple cashmere. Was it purple cashmere? Yeah, that
It's
was
a
Purple,
good.
purple
purple label.
label. Yeah.
Purple label. Then now I'm just going to say what was my favorite from each brand. City Rhythm, Manhattan Midnight. I already love Manhattan, but I love Manhattan Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Elysium was also a new brand to me, so I have a few samples. I can't pick one yet. I'm still going through them. What was the brand next to Elysium? I think
Has
that
Yeah.
was
Yes.
It was Elysium has a one way bridge.
Hairs. I got Muses from Hairs. Muses. That's what I got from Hairs.
Museum.
Mm.
And then just said um yeah, just said I go crazy. So I'm getting I think Legomon. And of course
Mm-hmm.
I got African Queen, the one I get every year because I love it. And
Mm-hmm.
then Nazar fragrances. You guys, he's coming out with some really good fragrances. There's
Yeah.
mango. Am I allowed to say the? I won't say the names, but his next releases are going to be really, really good. But that oud cake that he has out right now, perfection. I really love that one. And then I don't know if this I can say it, but again, Cadell, I'm going back to that Argos release. I am waiting for it.
Yep. Yep.
So
Sacred
those
Flame
were the
is.
fragrances I kind of discovered that I actually, and the pink mahogany one. That
You
one
know, it's
didn't get me
interesting.
at first
Is
until it
there a
dried
reason
down.
why you like African Queen?
Of course, that's obvious. It's written
Other
in yellow.
than the fact that the bottle matches your aesthetic, it's African Queen and it's yellow. I
Yeah,
think that she would love this no matter what it smelled like because
if I show you the bottles of African Queen that I have the original gold bottle. I have the white bottle when they had that parrot on them. I
hmm
have the one from last year without the cap being written on. And then I have the one from this year with the cap being written. Those are the number of bottles of African Queen that I want. That's how
Whoa.
much I love that fragrance.
you got a couple. You got a couple.
Did you
Definitely got
guys
a
smell from Sandy's fragrances perennial spice? Because I actually really like that sample.
I have
Oh yeah,
not
that
tried
one
this
was
one.
in the samples, but it wasn't. We didn't have the bottle of it, right?
No, I'm getting a bottle of that one. I actually
Yeah,
really
that was
liked it
good.
very
That
Is
sample
much.
it?
is really good.
Is that this one, Sarah?
Oh, I got it right
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's
Okay.
kind of like a brownish label.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I haven't smelled this one yet.
I
Okay,
really
that's a
like it. Like the
fragrance I
dry down is gorgeous.
discovered because during this event we discovered a lot of
Oh,
fragrances. Rico, what's that
I'm
old
surprised.
tiny bottle you had?
Say that
It
again.
was just straight up oud.
Repeat that. Oh, the from Sandy's.
No, I think you got it from Josh.
Oh, he gave me like three of those samples that
Yeah.
are yeah. You
I think that was another one from your collection that I discovered that was very challenging but very good.
this right here
This
from
is really
Sandy.
nice.
I'm surprised that Sarah
I
likes
know.
it.
No, I love it. I love
Sarah
spice. Anything
surprised that
spicy,
she
I
liked
love.
Gourmand, so it was something new.
Try it. That is interesting. It's a
Okay.
really good one too.
Smells
And
like
then I will
pear.
say, Rick, am I
That's
supposed
really
to
nice.
say
Must put
Mind
that on.
Games?
Say what?
Am I supposed to say Mind Games was another good discovery?
It was
Well, I'll
discovered.
say it. Mind Games
You
was
you
we.
can. You absolutely can. We're
I loved the Mind Games event that we went to. That was good. The
well.
new releases, Prodigy and Mentor. I think it was. So thanks, Nick and Rico, for setting that up. That was a good hearing from the brand, and that
Welcome.
was a good event. I like that too.
That's another good point to make that although we do have the structured events of Glamcation, we've somehow managed every year to get connected with somebody in whatever city we're in. So even in the first year, we were locked in with Alan from Beverly Hills Perfumery, and we got to do a tour of his store exclusively with us 2 years in a row, actually. And then on the second year, Ex Nihilo did the same thing for us. We are able to go in the store and have an event for us there, and then this year we went with a couple of us, and the Killian store there at Vegas hosted us and gave us access to a bunch of their fragrances and let us do some content in there. So there's always other events that we can put together while we're there, and you get exposure to other fragrances. And if you like creating content, there's a lot of opportunity for that as well. And that's while everything else is going on. Vendor event, evening events, whether it's a theme party or us going down to one of the local strips and just hanging out with all of the people there that are here to partake of the event. It's a lot to do. And there's definitely something for everybody. I mean, there have been parents there that have gone with their kids, whether they were younger, older. Josh has took his son with him as well. I mean, there's no limit to what you can do because there's a lot of options. But overall, just a really good event. It is 9 o'clock. We have been on for about an hour, so I will open up the floor for any closing comments before we wrap this up. And I think we'll go in chronological order. So I see you, Cordell. Any word you want to leave with the folks before we wrap up here?
Oh man, just you guys, if you love indie fragrances, if you love to experience something new and creative, Glamcation is an incredible event. I definitely enjoyed it immensely. I can't wait for next year's event in Southern California, and yeah, just be on the lookout for it. And if you guys can make it out and join us, come on out.
Any dope stuff you got coming out on your personal page or anything you're working on that the people should know about?
Nothing really. I kind of want to build up my influencer page, if you will. I'm
Sure.
starting to just kind of get into it. And so I kind of want to build that up over the next year. Hopefully I can get to the level that you guys are on. And
Man, you are aiming low, brother, but I appreciate that.
yeah, so that other than that, man, that's about it, man. Just trying to continue to love for fragrances and smelling more new things.
Awesome. I'm gonna skip you, Sarah, because I'm gonna close out with your thoughts. But I'll go to Josh. Same thing, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that's on the fence about it, I would encourage you to jump in, come be part of it. It's a lot of fun. Like Rico said, they take field trips every now and then as a group, and
Yeah.
we just we learn about so much from one another. And yeah, I got a lot of an appreciation for each of you guys. I respect you guys a lot and learn a ton from you. And yeah, I love that aspect of it. So yeah, that's the big one. Yeah.
And over on Instagram, you have your hashtag, where pretty
Yeah.
often you'll drop a fragrance type or and you'll have a hashtag associated. You want to tell the people about that?
Yeah, well, I kind of got away from doing that this year, but I have a hashtag called collection potential. So if you have a bottle or something that you've smelt or that you're adding to the collection and you really want to encourage people to look into it, just use the hashtag collection potential over on IG.
And
And
if you see the hashtag, now you know where it comes from. A lot of dope bottles and hashtag that have gone out. A lot of the reels you send out. So I always keep an
yeah,
eye out and add my fragrance with my hashtag. So if you want to be part of that, you can as well. Frida, this is your third year as well. I know that from time to time you like to play hide and seek on social media with us, but while we have you here today, um,
No,
do you
I
have
don't play
anything
hide and
going on
seek.
in that space at
No, I
all?
don't play hide and seek. Once in a while, I take a break. This time, I'm really trying to take a year's break off social media. However, I was not going to miss this event because most of my fragrance friends, true friends, are all whatever a part of this event. So it's a good event for you to make friends as well as network and build your whatever your page. But it's something I would encourage every fragrance lover to attend, as well as all the brands, upcoming brands. This is really a good opportunity because these are people who are really interested in discovering new fragrances and trying to hear the story. So that one-on-one meeting is really something worth treasuring. And all the fragrances that I treasure the most in my house were purchased at this event.
Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Nika.
I would say if you're a fragrance lover and always on the grind to find another new fragrance, because don't care how many bottles you got, there's always that one more to
Always
find.
one more. Yep.
There's always more.
Yep.
So if you're a fragrance lover, definitely come out to this occasion. I'm definitely glad I did because I get to meet so many new friends, people, and now people that you get to call friends, and all this perfume house that I didn't know about because I was like, yeah, I'm on it. No, there is so much more to be discovered. Every time you think you're like, I got enough. Nope. There's another house you get to discover, and there's always a new fragrance in it that gets you on a chokehold. So definitely, definitely come out, meet friends, and get some new smell
Buy some stuff.
and buy some stuff.
Hey, I cannot echo enough what has already been said. You've heard it. You know what the vibes are. You should absolutely come check it out. As for me, myself, I'm trying to stay more active on YouTube and Instagram. You can catch me weekly on Instagram with Unaverage Joe and Elroy Preps and Josh, where we kind of dissect different houses. And when we don't have a house to dissect, we're just going into different fragrances that we do enjoy and breaking those down. And we're kind of shifting that party over to YouTube from time to time as well. So you can check us out on both platforms. And from time to time, we try our luck with TikTok, which again, just a nightmare over there. But we'll figure it out one day. And with that said, as we come to the end of this, I pass the mic to Sarah, the brainchild behind this. So let them know what they need to know before we close this out, Sarah.
I think that if you're thinking about coming to Glamcation, you should absolutely come for the reasons that they said. I mean, it's really fun, and you're gonna smell stuff that you haven't smelled anywhere else. And a lot of these brands, you get to try them before they get a little bit more mainstream. Like we've had brands come and they've kind of taken off from Glamcation because people finally smell them and they're like, "Oh, why didn't I smell this before?" I don't know. I don't know why we didn't smell it before, but I promise you, the brands that you don't know, you will know, and you're gonna fall completely in love with. Like, I mean, all of us have tried new things. I mean, I put this together, and some of the brands are ones that I've never smelled before, and it's stuff that, like I'm telling you, I have a cart going with all these brands currently. Like Cordell already knows. We talk about which ones we're picking up from the houses that we wish we would have picked up at the event. Like you find stuff
Yeah.
that you absolutely love, and you just kind of keep going down the rabbit hole with these brands. Like when would I have ever smelled Date with a Dame if not for Glamcation, you know? So I'm super grateful that I was able to try this, and now like I love this house now. Her stuff is great. She's an amazing person. This is an amazing fragrance. Just something I wouldn't have been able to try had I not, encountered her at Glamcation. So I honestly think everyone should come at least once. But I promise you, if you come once, you're just gonna continue to come back
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's really fun. So just like a quick note, 2025 as of right now will be in Southern California again. Same host hotel as we've done it in the previous years. So if you're thinking about coming, this will be a really easy one to come to because the hotel is right outside of LAX. Easy flight, pretty much usually a cheaper flight because I feel like a lot of places fly a little cheaper to LAX. I would absolutely encourage it. We're kind of picking dates right now, and we'll get you a vendor list before the tickets are even on sale. I believe it's going to be bigger than the last couple of years because vendors kind of know about us now more than they have in previous years, and I'm really excited to bring it to you this year.
Sounds great. Well, I think that puts a bow on this right here. Thank you, everybody who stood with us this long, watching, learning. Hopefully, that's great information. And hopefully, this was enough to get you hyped for next year. But if it's not, trust me, when we release that vendor list later on this year, it will get you hype enough. We will be in California. We are coming for year 4. And this bag is only going to get bigger, better, and fuller with more brands for you to try out next year. I want to thank Cordell. I want to thank Frida for coming in at the end and deleting her page right after, probably. Josh, thank you very much. This lady right here, thank you. And thank everyone here who checked us out. Listen, I got no more for y'all. It sounds like everybody said their piece, fragged out, swagged out, and we are coming to you next year with some more Glamcation. We are out.
Bye,
Peace,
guys.
folks.
Hey,
Bye.